All right, let's spice things up today. We're going to be diving deep into something a little different.
Ooh, exciting.
Yeah, the lyrics and the world of Ice Spice.
Nice.
You know, you might be used to us like unpacking historical events,
Yeah.
or even scientific breakthroughs.
Yeah.
But trust me, this deep dive is going to be just as fascinating.
I believe it.
We're going to be uncovering some like hidden depths
Okay.
behind all those catchy hooks
Right.
that you know and love from Ice Spice. So we've got a whole stack of Ice Spice lyrics here
Oh, cool.
from all sorts of her YouTube videos.
Interesting.
And we're ready to like really go beyond just the beats
Yeah.
and see what makes her tick,
I'm ready.
So are you ready to discover the philosophy
Okay.
that's hidden within Ice Spice's rhymes?
I think so, yeah.
I think so too.
Let's do it.
One of the first things that really jumps out at me
Okay.
is how much Ice Spice uses repetition. Phrases like gra or damn.
Stop playing with them, Riot.
Yeah.
They just show up again and again in all her different songs.
Definitely catchy.
Right.
It gets stuck in your head. Yeah.
What do you think about all this repetition?
It's almost like a mantra, or like her own signature stamp that makes her just instantly recognizable.
Yeah.
Is there something deeper going on though?
Well, I think in music, repetition isn't always just about a catchy hook.
Right.
It can be used to emphasize different themes, right?
Right.
Or create a hypnotic effect.
Okay.
Or even challenge like traditional ideas about what makes for complex lyrics.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Think about how repetition works in like poetry or even religious chants. It can really pull you in
Right.
and add all these layers of meaning.
It's true.
So yeah, it gets in your head, but it might also be doing a lot more.
Yeah. It's like she's drilling these ideas like right into our subconscious.
Maybe.
And speaking of ideas,
Yeah.
there's a strong theme
Okay.
of female empowerment all throughout her lyrics.
Oh, yeah.
Lines like, I'm the one who they pumpin'.
Right.
Or, bitch is not taking shit from me but notes.
Love that one.
And I'm a baddie, he fuck with my tats, big boobs, and it come with a jet. That one really stands out to me.
Those are great.
It's so bold and unapologetic.
Yeah. Definitely empowering.
For sure, I think Ice Spice's lyrics
Yeah.
tap into this larger trend that we see
Okay.
of female rappers, reclaiming their sexuality
Yeah.
and really owning their success,
Yeah.
She's flipping the script on
Oh.
traditional gender roles.
Right.
And just celebrating her own power.
Definitely.
What I think is so fascinating is how she does it all on her own terms. Not like conforming to anyone else's expectations.
Yeah, it's like she's saying, this is who I am,
Yeah.
Take it or leave it.
And she's not shying away at all
Right.
from expressing her desires. Like I noticed there's a lot of food
Food.
and consumption imagery in her lyrics,
It's interesting.
which I thought was really interesting.
Yeah, tell me more about that.
Like lines.
Okay.
I'm eat that pussy like an edible.
Oh, wow.
I'm thick CS, I be eating oats
Okay.
and munching on that poem like it's food in it.
Yeah, I see that.
Like those definitely caught my attention.
Yeah. They're a little explicit, but what do you think about the meaning behind that?
Well, I think on one level,
Okay.
it's a playful, assertive
Yeah.
expression of sexual desire,
Uh-huh.
but it also hints at something deeper,
What do you mean?
this theme of dominance and control. Because traditionally,
Yeah.
women have been portrayed as like the passive object
Right.
of desire, but Ice Spice is totally turning that on its head.
I see.
She's the one in control.
Yeah.
She's the one who's consuming, right?
Yeah.
And she's not afraid to express that at all.
That's really interesting.
It's like she's challenging
Yeah.
those traditional power dynamics between men and women.
Right.
And using food as this metaphor
Okay.
for desire and agency.
I like that.
And speaking of pushing boundaries,
Yeah.
let's talk about
Okay.
all those high-end fashion brands that pop up all over her lyrics.
Okay.
Chanel, Balenciaga.
Right.
It's like a luxury shopping spree in every song.
It's interesting how she puts those luxury brands
Yeah.
next to these everyday experiences. Like in her song Deli,
Yeah.
she says, 100 bands in Shingli, but I'm still shaking ass in a deli.
Right.
What do you think she's getting at with that contrast?
Well, to me, it's like she's saying that,
Yeah.
material wealth doesn't define her. She's still grounded in her roots, even while she's like ascending to stardom.
Yeah.
It's a reminder that success doesn't erase where you came from. And it doesn't have to change who you are
I see.
at all.
Yeah.
That's
a good point.
like she's comfortable in both worlds, the high end and the everyday.
Right.
And she embraces both sides of herself.
For sure.
So it all comes back to confidence and self-awareness,
Yeah.
which makes her so compelling.
Right.
But, we can't forget the humor.
The humor.
Yeah, that playful aggression
Okay.
in so many of her lyrics.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and I'm bagging his partner. I'm petty.
Right.
Baddest little bitch from my block.
Yeah. Think you the shit, bitch.
He's not even the fart.
Definitely makes you laugh.
Right. But they also have this real punch.
Yeah, that combination of humor and aggression is powerful.
Right.
It lets her challenge norms, but also entertain at the same time.
Yeah.
It's how she owns her power
Right.
without taking herself too seriously.
I see that.
She's bold, brash, maybe even a little outrageous.
Yeah.
And that's honestly what makes her so refreshing.
It's like she's created her own set of rules, like her own language, even.
Absolutely.
And we're all invited to join her world,
Okay.
this world where confidence and self-expression just reign supreme.
Yeah, I like that she's not just a rapper,
Right.
She's like a cultural phenomenon,
Uh-huh.
a symbol of female empowerment, and a voice for a whole generation that is demanding to be heard.
That's right. We've covered a lot of ground already,
We have.
but we're just getting started.
Oh, wow.
In part 2 of our deep dive,
Okay.
we're going to delve even deeper
All right.
into Ice Spice's lyrical world.
Cool.
And we'll be exploring things like her use of metaphors
Interesting.
and the philosophical implications of her word choices.
Sounds good.
So stay tuned.
All right. Welcome back to our deep dive, into the lyrical world of Ice Spice.
Yeah, we've been
Yeah.
really breaking down her lyrics and uncovering some pretty insightful stuff,
Uh-huh.
It's clear that she's way more than just catchy tunes. There's real depth and thought behind her words.
Yeah.
But I'm curious, how is this impacting the world
Oh, interesting.
beyond music? Like, how is this impacting the culture?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
A lot of times we see artists kind of reflect the culture they're in,
Right.
but sometimes they become like the driving force,
Oh.
pushing culture forward.
Right.
And I think with Ice Spice, she's doing both.
Ooh, I like that. So tell me more about this driving force idea.
Okay, so
What evidence do we see of her impact,
well, think about how her lyrics have become part of the cultural lexicon, People are using her phrases, imitating her style, even making memes
Right.
inspired by her songs.
That's true.
It's a huge sign
Yeah.
that her message is really resonating.
Yeah.
That she's tapped into something that people really connect with.
I mean, even I find myself saying, "Graw,"
Yeah.
way more often than I used to.
Me too.
But what is it about her style, that's really making these waves?
I think it comes down to authenticity.
Okay.
She's not afraid to be herself.
Yeah.
Even if it, goes against the grain.
Right.
She's embracing her sexuality, her ambition, her humor, her heritage,
Yeah.
all in a way that feels fresh and familiar at the same time.
Right. It's like she's giving permission to others
Yeah.
to do the same. Like, just be confident, be bold, be unapologetically themselves.
Exactly.
In a world that's constantly trying to put people in boxes.
Yeah.
That's such a powerful message,
It really is. And it goes beyond just individual empowerment, Spice is also challenging societal norms.
Yeah.
Pushing conversations
Yeah.
about things like gender and race and representation.
She's definitely sparking dialogue.
Right.
People think.
Yeah.
And isn't that what great art is supposed to do?
I think so.
Challenge us, inspire us, make us see the world in new ways.
Absolutely. It's still early in her career, but
Yeah.
I think Ice Spice is already having a huge impact on music and culture.
Yeah.
She's paving the way for, a whole new generation of artists
Okay.
who aren't afraid to break the mold
Right.
and really redefine what it means to be a successful and empowered woman,
Yeah.
in the 21st century.
That is an inspiring thought.
It is.
As we wrap up our deep dive into Ice Spice,
Yeah.
what's the one key takeaway,
Okay.
that you want to leave our listener with?
I think the big thing is don't underestimate the power of lyrics.
Right.
Even when they sound simple or playful, they can carry like deep meaning, and spark all these important conversations.
Right.
Ice Spice's music is a good reminder that art can be entertaining, but also thought-provoking at the same time.
Right.
And that even the most unexpected voices can have like a huge impact on our culture.
It's beautifully said.
Thank you.
And who knows, maybe those catchy hooks, that we hear on the radio are actually like seeds of philosophy, just waiting to be unpacked.
I like that.
And explored.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of music, isn't it?
It is.
It can make you move, make you think, and sometimes even change the world.
I agree.
So we've been dissecting Ice Spice's lyrics.
Yeah.
And uncovering, some pretty insightful stuff. I think it's pretty clear she's more than just catchy tunes, right?
For sure.
There's real depth and thought behind her words.
Definitely.
But how is this impacting the world,
Okay.
Beyond just music?
Yeah.
How's it impacting the culture?
That's a good question. Yeah. We often see artists kind of reflecting the culture they're in.
Right.
But sometimes they become like the driving force.
Oh, interesting.
Pushing the culture forward.
Okay.
And I think with Ice Spice, she might be doing a little bit of both.
Oh, I like that. Okay.
Yeah.
So tell me more about this driving force idea.
Right.
What evidence do we see, of her impact?
Well, look at how her lyrics have become part of the cultural lexicon,
Okay.
People are using her phrases, imitating her style, even creating memes inspired by her music.
Right. Right.
Is a big sign that her message is resonating,
Yeah.
That she's tapped into something that people connect with.
I mean, you're right. Even I find myself saying "gra" way more these days.
Me too.
So what is it about her style? What's making these waves?
I think it's that authenticity,
Okay.
She's not afraid to be herself, even if it goes against the grain. She's embracing her sexuality, her ambition, her humor, her heritage,
Yeah.
in a way that feels both fresh and familiar.
Right. It's like she's giving others permission
Yeah.
to do the same. Be confident, be bold, be unapologetically themselves.
Yes.
In a world that's always trying to put us in boxes.
Right.
That's a powerful message.
It really is.
And it's not just individual empowerment, right?
Yeah.
Ice Spice is also challenging those societal norms, pushing conversations forward
For sure.
about gender, race, representation.
Important topics.
Yeah, and she's sparking dialogue,
Right.
making people think.
Yeah.
Isn't that what great art's supposed to do?
I think so.
Challenge us, inspire us, make us see the world in new ways.
Absolutely. It's still early in her career,
Yeah.
but I think she's already having a huge impact
I think so too.
on music and culture, paving the way for a whole new generation of artists who aren't afraid to break the mold,
Yeah.
and redefine what it means to be a successful, empowered woman in the 21st century.
That's inspiring.
So as we wrap up our deep dive,
Yeah.
what's the key takeaway for our listeners?
What do they need to know after spending this time with us?
I think the biggest thing is don't underestimate lyrics,
Okay.
Even when they seem simple or playful, they can carry a lot of meaning
Yeah.
and spark these important conversations.
This is true.
Ice Spice's music, it's a reminder that art can be both fun and make you think,
Right.
And that even the most unexpected voices can have a big impact on our culture.
You're right. It's like those catchy hooks on the radio. It could be seeds of philosophy,
Ooh, I like that.
just waiting to be unpacked.
Yeah,
That's the beauty of music, right?
for sure.
It makes you move, it makes you think, and sometimes it can even change the world.
That's a great way to put it.
Well, that's all the time we have for today's deep dive. But, the exploration doesn't have to stop here.
Right.
Keep listening, keep thinking, and who knows? Maybe you'll uncover your own philosophical gems hidden in the music you love.
I love that.